Is going. All right, so
Yep.
everybody, thank you so much for joining us today. We have Patron here from the team at Cuphead. So it's really exciting. This is a project that launched back on February 8th of a starting cap actually under $1,000. So $890 was the starting cap on this one, which is pretty crazy to hear, right? And then
Mhm.
the all-time high so far has been about 372K. So obviously, any of your earlier investors have been looking at a pretty crazy chart since their duration and entry into the project. I've actually had a contact of mine who typically sends me some pretty crazy projects, like some pretty like wild, like bullish looking stuff, just for a couple different reasons, like hype based stuff. He actually sent me this project
Oh wow.
I'm gonna say around the 10th of February. And he sent me some big ones before. And right now, like his big one that he's riding is Moon Force. Like that's what he's been all over. He's been like pumping that. He's been sending me the chart every day. Been like, bro, look at this, look at this. So like he's into like big, like pretty big projects. Like I mean, I'm sure you guys heard about the cap and what they raised there. So like
Yeah.
the fact that he sent me this as well, and when Caesar booked it in, I was like, okay, I've actually heard of them before. Like not because of the show, but the actual coin, because he
Yeah.
sent it over to me, being like, bro, this looks like it could be a really interesting play because of the fact that the Netflix show, like you mentioned the show, I had not actually heard of it or seen it because like I haven't really spent much time on Netflix lately. I
Mhm.
just actually was on last night for the first time in a while. My girlfriend got me into that Inventing Anna show
Uh,
or something.
watch.
Uh, yeah, yeah. So we've been watching that, but it's been really interesting to see because I did find out about it. I think it was February 10th he sent it to me. And then obviously you guys have been doing some pretty crazy stuff since then. And from what Moon sent me in terms of actually what you have upcoming, the P2E games in development, you guys are working on a bridge platform as well. You
Yeah.
guys are really pushing like the AMAs and some kind of more informative marketing where people can actually educate themselves and sort of understand the vision and how you guys would actually connect and be able to grow kind of separate or as affiliated with the show, depending on the way that it ends up working out. And then I think it's really going to be interesting because, like you said, Cuphead's trending about number 5 to 10 right now on Netflix,
Hmm.
and it's going to be interesting to see kind of with the utility that you're actually bringing to play here, and with the notoriety and the popularity of the name and the show, kind of how those two will kind of be able to pair up and grow together. So um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really interesting on that side of thing, and I know you have some pretty cool partnerships that we might be able to touch on tonight, and we'll obviously kind of really deep dive into that utility and the product plans that you're looking to bring into place with this one. But obviously, from where you started and the success you've seen so far, I think it's probably obviously allowed you to maybe accelerate things a little ahead of schedule. So
Yeah. Well, we appreciate that, man. Well, thanks for having us. You, Maurice, for being here, and then all of the Caesar Calls community. We couldn't be more appreciative of each and everybody's time. I know a lot of people have different things going on with their lives, so just the fact that you guys are on here, listening, asking questions, engaging with us, we're just so appreciative and thankful for the opportunity, man. So thank you guys.
terrific, man. Well, how I typically kick things off is we'll normally do about maybe 25, half an hour, 35 minutes. I mean, maybe even a bit longer with this one, considering how much I've had to even read myself. But we normally do a bit of a back and forth. I'd love to learn a little bit more about your background, kind of how you came into this project and into crypto, and then
Yeah.
learn a bit like kind of what the next steps are for the team at Cuphead moving
Yeah.
forward.
Most definitely, man. So, my as you introduced me, I'm El Patron. So I'm from Texas. So is my partner Muñano. And so we are kind of like your everyday traders from the start of it. I have started a few companies in oil and gas, and did another one in construction. And Muñano actually kind of started getting me into crypto trading, kind of showed me the ins and outs of it, how BSC works and whatnot. And he's knows way more in depth than I do. And so, yeah, man, just kind of like everybody else that's listening here, I've been on the other side of just being your everyday trader, getting into different projects, learning with different communities, trying to grow with different communities. And in the same light, we've also been victims to many of the problems I'm sure you guys have of scams or things being rugged or being a part of projects where the dev or team doesn't put the community first. And so that kind of segued into us wanting to create a coin ourselves. We kind of were tired of all the norms and all the kind of same old waves and kind of movements that people were doing, and we wanted to create our own coin with three core values before we ever decided what the name was, what it was going to be about, the utilities. So we had these three core values, and those three core values were: we wanted it to be safe, we wanted it to be very where you could trust us with your hard-earned money. We always say this time and time again, we know the hard work it takes to earn a dollar, whether it's $100, $1, each part of your money is very important to us. And we try to treat it as so when we're making decisions or whenever we do marketing calls or anything utilities. We always try to make sure everything that we're doing is safe for you guys. The second thing is it being transparent and honest. We always tell our family that we're going to give you the good along with the bad. So we're going to celebrate with you when we have big milestones that we overcome. And then we're also going to be very transparent with you whenever we get to parts of the project or along the process that things aren't going so hot and things that we're set out to do. You know, maybe we hit a bump in the road or we have to pivot and change, but we're going to be very open and transparent in that. And the third thing, which kind of ties all these things together, is putting the community first. We don't even really use the word community in our project. We use the word family because that's the way we kind of treat each other. And we use those aspects to really make us tight knit and create that foundation that we really need. I always use the analogy, if you ever look at a skyscraper or a really big tree, the only way that that skyscraper or that big tree is able to go as big and as tall and as giant as it is because of that foundation that, or the roots that are embedded deep, deep, deep in the earth. And so with that concept of those three things, that's kind of how we lay the foundation for this project. And so when we decided together, we were on the same page to create a project, and we kind of started looking at, okay, what could we create with that already is ahead of the game, that we could really easily market, and that already has some established followers. And so Yanyo had been doing a lot of research. We were bouncing ideas off of each other, and he was really adamant about this Cuphead deal. And like you, at first, I didn't know a lot about it. And so we started looking into it more and more. And we found out that, you know, it was actually a big deal in a lot of markets, especially in the Japanese and Chinese markets. We also, through our research, found out, you know, that it had its own cereal and action figure. It had a phenomenal game that had gone big. Like, I forgot the year that it was released, but there's a ton of players on it. And so on top of that, we started thinking, all right, well, it already has this established market. Then we found out, okay, there's this new series that they're going to turn into an animated series from this game. Netflix is going to do it, and it's going to premiere in like 2 to 3 weeks. Found out it was February 18th. And so we're like, wow, okay. Nowadays you see Elon tweet about something or some event happen, and then there's like 50 coins trying to race to get their name out there first, all with the same concept, all with the same name, trying to ride the wave. We wanted to be different. We wanted to start the wave. We wanted to start the trend instead of just catching it on the back end, you know what I mean? And so we were like, all right, so let's go ahead and create this. Let's do a little bit more research. We're from the US, so let's look at some statistics. And I don't know if you've ever heard of Parrot Analytics, but they're a team that does a lot of different statistics on various shows, movies, and what have you in the entertainment industry. And so we came to find out that the audience demand, actually last week, in the last 30 days, is 6.5 times higher for Cuphead than the demand of the average TV series. And then we also found out that of that increase from the previous 30 days, the demand for Cuphead alone had increased to over 332.2% in the last 30 days. That's tremendous. And then thirdly, I know we were touching on some people that are listening that have kids. It ranks in the 90.7% percentile of all children's titles. That means that it has 90.7% higher demand than every children's title that exists right now. So we were like, wow. I say all this to say this because there's one more point that I wanted to bring up, but that's the least of the important ones. All of this that I've mentioned already had its own following, its own push before we even started this. So that was a great thing to kind of bring into the world of crypto. And the last thing was Elon Musk loves it. In 2019, he actually put it in one of his Teslas to where you could stream and play it. And so the reason I said that last is because a lot of people are always just banking and waiting for, Elon to post or say something. But if Elon never did any of it, if he never even said the word Cuphead, which he already has in the past, this thing would still take off. And so that right there is just the icing on top. And so we were like, you know what, that's enough kind of grounds to go ahead and start this thing, man. So we launched it. And as you said, we launched it at $890, and it reached a high of 372K. The best way that we did it was kind of going back to our 3 core values. We weren't trying to go for major calls. We weren't trying to just push it to be a pump and dump. We started organically telling people little by little, friends that we knew, family members that we knew, groups that we were a part of, and it slowly spread word of mouth, and it grew organically and slowly. And that's how we've kind of created this foundation of diamond hands, of people that, even though the market is bleeding out tremendously, we're still holding pretty strong with a lot of news coming up as well. And some of this we hadn't even shared with the community. So the fact that we still have that strong of a hold is just insane, especially given the conditions right now. And so, yeah, man, Cuphead is finally getting off the ground. I'm sure we'll touch on utilities and stuff in a little bit, but yeah, that's kind of where we started and kind of where we're at. And yeah, man, can't wait to tell you about where we're headed.
Well, yeah, I think that's the most exciting part, right? For I think at least for Munyano over there, with how much information he sent me, man, it was a lot. And like
Yeah,
I'll pull it back up. I already got the website up here, but just looking at everything, you kind of touched on the Elon factor there. Just organically, whenever that happens, we've seen it with a couple different projects. I mean, we had another project on this past weekend that I think in the history of the tweets and projects associated with it, like Santa Floki has the highest like 48-hour volume. So like you've seen if there's a following already, and then he blows it up or pushes it over the top, like really what it can get to. Like that thing went from 167,000 to over 30 million because
that's
of a
wild.
tweet. It's insane, right? Absolute insanity. Like it blows my mind, and that's why my parents are like, "How is what you do even real when somebody can tweet and that happens?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can't understand that part still, but it happens all the time." Look at these
Exactly.
other projects, like McDonald's tweets grimace and bang through the roof. Like that's the thing, and I think more companies are moving in. So if you guys could get towards that tweet or that recognition from their audience, like that in and of itself, like we've seen what it does with other companies with other followings, right? It's huge.
Yeah, and aside from Elon, I guess this can kind of segue into some of our utilities, but aside kind of from utilities is more of a partnership. We've been working on 2 different ones, and we're actually kind of excited to share this new news. We have not told our community yet, but since the beginning, one of the things we set out to do was partner with Netflix. And so a lot of people have made various tokens about shows and what have you, but nobody has had an official partnership, right? And so we reached out to them. I personally have 2 contacts that are in upper management, and then they kind of have a tie to the chief of marketing there. And so we kind of just casually reached out, and we took a different approach that I think that a lot of people take, mainly from a business mindset. A lot of people will just kind of ask, "Oh yeah, will you allow me to do something?" But as I've said previously in other AMAs, and when I talk to people, is when you're dealing with that big of a corporation, excuse my language, but they don't give a shit about you. They don't care about what you can do. They want to know what value you're going to bring to them. What kind of money are you going to make to Netflix? How are you going to extend their reach? And that's kind of the approach that we took. Not so much as let me piggyback off you, which we would love their notoriety, but it was more of a stance of let us extend your reach into crypto. Let us kind of push these other aspects of your show, because you already have other aspects before you even started the show, and just kind of see what they would give us. And so we've met with them twice. Originally, they gave us several of these free subscriptions to give away, kind of just give us little things like that, little by little, to see how this relationship would build. And they finally have agreed to give us what's called a provisional license. And pretty much it's like when you can license something to use Cuphead, that means it makes you more able to market your stuff freely. You can really put some money into it. You don't have to worry about getting sued all the time. You can be legitimate. And then you file for your literal company that you're going to run it to partner with them. And so the provisional license is basically pretty much like the license, but it's a little bit less in the sense that they have a probationary period that they can kind of analyze what's happened so far, and they can decide, do we want to stick with this, and it can turn into a license partnership, or they have the ability to terminate it, as well we do on our side as well. That's just kind of in the paperwork. So yeah, they and the insane part about it is we weren't expecting something like that this quick, but just like a house, when you buy the house, you don't necessarily move in the next day. You know what I mean? You have to do the closing documents. You have to do this and that. You have to do the legwork and the paperwork before it can be legit. And so that's kind of the point that we're at right now. We kind of left it at that. So they're getting their paperwork together to send to us to read over. And then if all works out as well from both of our parties, hopefully we can move on to signing in and start that provisional date. I'm not really allowed to say much more than that. But it's a dream. Like, we were talking earlier, how far this thing has come, the twists and the turns, and like just the fact that we're even be able to get this or sit down and talk with them at the beginning was even crazier, man. So that's huge. Aside from the utilities that we have going, if we can really nail in this partnership the way we want to, who knows where this thing can go. Then that makes your NFTs more valuable. That makes a lot of aspects really valuable for this project.
That's crazy. It's like it's insane to know kind of a little bit about your background, your connections. Then, that being said, like I come from the corporate world as well, and like I've worked with like McDonald's and Samsung as clients, and I actually got into a fight with my first boss from my first company. He was like 40 something. He was the brother of the owner. And I got into a yelling match with him in the bullpen over McDonald's because I worked for like 8 months to bring McDonald's in as an exclusive client for us in Canada, and they wanted 15%, whereas our floor was 18%. And he's like, we're not going below 18. I was like, are you dumb? I was like, honestly, it's McDonald's. Do you know how much volume they're going to give us? And he's like, yeah, but this is, I was like, shut up. I'm signing the deal. If you want, you can yell at my boss. But I was like, I yelled at him. I told him to like leave my area. Because I was like, you don't understand the level of these guys bring. And I think like on your side, it's absolutely insane. Like the fact that you were able to get in the door and meet with them, because I've only been in the space since November, but I can't even count on, how many projects I've seen from a legality issue standpoint have to stop and like move away. So the fact that you went with those steps first, I always look at like the real world and the corporate and the business sentiment of a project still, even though it's crypto. I still like to look at the business aspect, and the fact that you guys went that route is really, really exciting, I think, for the project and for anybody in your community who joined in early and believed in you guys. That's a huge step. So
thank you, man. We appreciate that. Yeah, we're firm believers in that, of kind of going back to doing everything honest and transparently, but doing it right. It would be awful for our family to invest all this money and time and effort, and then to get to that higher part, and then you're not legitimate. You don't have the paperwork. You know what I mean? And so it's just easier for us, even though it takes a little bit longer. Yeah, sure it does. But in the long run, that'll pay off. We truly believe in that, man. So yeah, man, that's kind of the route that we're going, and hopefully it continues in that direction and at this speed.
whew, I didn't know as much about the project as that's amazing. Like that's pretty incredible. So like
Thank you, man.
obviously, like you said, well, we won't bring it up anymore, but that's a great little tidbit to throw in there, and that should keep everybody who's been in from the start like really excited for
Yeah,
what you guys are actually trying to build up, because that's no small feat. And like you said,
right.
it makes every other aspect of what you're building in the future potentially more valuable and more exclusive because of that partnership. So,
Yeah, man, we're hoping for it. Thank you.
oh, that's insane. All right. Well, I guess like why don't we jump into a little bit about the utility? I know you guys are currently in the development phase for your first kind of your PTUE on this, so I'd love to really understand kind of how that's going to be put together, the dynamic, and if there's like kind of like the specs of the game and the
Yeah,
yeah,
most. And
specs
so
of the game.
we have several of those of utilities going on, but that definitely is one of them. The P2E that is already in the works. The route we're taking also with that, while this is so we, when we develop something or we make a move, we don't just make a move in one direction. We always, like any smart person would, you're going to have a plan B, plan C, everything to fall back on, just so you can pivot when you need instead of starting from square one. And so, yes, we've already been talking with different gaming companies, getting designs going, kind of getting the concept. But our first plan A, which we've already reached out to and we've heard back from them this week, and they're still analyzing it, but that is to partner with the original studio MDHR and kind of link and merge their concept of the original game with the P2E concept of it. That currently does not exist on their game. And I don't know if anybody has a game that complex as Cuphead has, and then been able to merge that aspect. But you know what I mean? Although challenging, I think we've proven that, with our team and our determination, we can definitely make that happen. And kind of the way that would work, if that were to happen, whether it does or it's not, we're still going to implement these same concepts. It'll just be at a much, much larger scale if we're able to get the partnership with MDHR. Like I said, they're kind of looking over our project, our numbers, our concept, and seeing if that's even in the interest of them. We're very hopeful that it will be, but we'll know here soon enough. But basically, you'll have holders and players alike will have the chance to unlock all kinds of stuff in this game. A lot of people, you'll just get rewards. Well, this would be like you'll get rewards. You'll be able to get a ton of Cuphead tokens, but you'll be able to unlock different levels, some really cool stuff. One of the things is you'll be able to unlock like a reservation or a slot to get one of our exclusively rare NFTs. A lot of people have been wondering, how are you going to do it? You're just going to put them up for auction? We're going to do it in a multitude of ways. This is going to be one of them. In order to get a slot, not in all of them, but in certain ones, you'll have to be able to break and unlock some high scores and do some really cool stuff on the game. And then you can unlock a reservation slot to be able to bid or purchase one of the NFTs. Well, the more times you have the boss fights, you'll be getting higher rewards and higher payouts on all of them. It'll have like a multitude of reward system built in, like kind of as Muñoz was mentioning, you'll have higher staking APR percentages that you can unlock. So let's say that you're staking your tokens with us and then you hit a really big score or you meet a challenge on the game, you can, be able to unlock like, a 3 or 4% higher staking percentage than you were normally at. So then you're getting more money into your pocket just for playing. You'll be able to do some airdrops. We're going to be able to do some lottery. We're also going to be doing some cash prizes. So not everything's going to be in Cuphead tokens. We'll be able to send you some real money. So you can use whatever you want, or it's easily transferable, or you can reinvest it in Cuphead, which I think is a smart move. But yeah, we have like multipliers that we're going to use for different aspects of how long you've been playing. The more you play, the more you're going to earn. And then eventually we're going to want to start like a leadership board that we can implement to it. It won't start immediately, but that would be kind of at a later date. For users, you can kind of be as an incentive to see the rewards that these top players have already gotten, all the stuff that they've accumulated. And I know if I'm watching somebody play and I'm seeing them get, all this free money, free slots to get in the NFTs, higher percentages for staking, I'm going to want to play. What do I have to lose? You know what I mean? The only thing you're going to do is gain. And so, yeah, man, that P2E has a lot of cool concepts in it. I can't give away, I gave away a lot of details, but there's even some cooler ones that we're really holding back. Whenever it gets more developed, we'll be releasing those, man. But yeah, the P2E is going to kind of be cool. But kind of segueing into some of the things that I had just mentioned, like the NFTs and the staking and all that. Just to touch on those briefly, we have 50 exclusive NFTs that we're already working on. We've gotten the input from some community members. We have designers already doing them. We were kind of waiting for Cuphead to really pop off so we can see statistics on it, as other than the obvious of who the favorite character is, probably Cuphead or Mugman. But we're also looking at other characters, which ones are really good, which ones are really popular in different communities, and which one can market well and sell well. I can release to you right now that we'll probably have at least, at the very least, 12 of each of Mugman and Cuphead, and they'll be in different, obviously different faces, different variations of the photo, almost like you would see like a lazy ape or something, even more, a little bit more complex and cool than just the actual picture sitting there. So those are some really cool things. That right there is already at least 24 plus. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what the other half of them are, man. But it's going to be really cool. And then kind of touching on staking, one thing we're happy to announce too is we're already rolling this out is Cuphead X, man. It's going to be huge. It's going to be our bridging platform where you can also swap and stake your tokens. But the reason this is such a big deal to us, as I'm sure you've seen in other projects, but even more so to us, is we really want to extend our reach into other things and other communities and investors other than just BSC. Just the other day, we had a big wave of Ethereum investors that wanted to get into ours, but it was such a pain in the ass for them to have to try to swap it. We found a loophole to it and posted the link on our pin that would allow them to do it in like 30 to 45 minutes, as opposed to some places like, 24 hours and what have you. And we just needed to get them in quick. We will finally have that capability of bridging the platform to come to us. And then also, like we touched on, staking, earning money, earning a high percentage. What those APRs are right now, I'm not able to say. We're crunching different numbers to see which ones that can work the best, work most consistent, but also one that's reasonable to where you can have the ability, like we said, to play the P2E and unlock a higher percentage. If we're already maxing you out at the percentage you can get at stake, then we're not able to offer that option in the game. So it'll be reasonable enough for you to make a great amount of money, but also you'll be able to get a higher APR if you're playing the game or you're earning different things or winning different contests. Like in our community chats, we do giveaways all the time. So there's a lot of ways to earn a lot of different cool stuff, man. And those are kind of three things that we're really hitting on: the P2E game, Cuphead X, which is our bridging platform, swapping and staking, and then our NFTs, man. There's going to be some really big deals, man. And so later on, we're working on other concepts. Those are already in the works, but those are going to take a little bit longer. And those are kind of creating a metaverse environment that you can really be in full effect with your VR gear, and we can kind of be around each other and interact and kind of create our own environment within that huge metaverse. So that's also in the works. That's going to take a little bit longer, but we're starting the process now. So that way we can make sure everything's running smooth, get all the kinks out, and really have it exactly how we want it, man. So, man, there's some really exciting stuff coming. I'm kind of happy to finally get that off my chest because I've been kind of holding it in. I hate holding things in. And so happy to share it with you guys, and happy to first time being on Caesar's calls and sharing it with you as well, man. So it's really cool.
Yeah. I was just in the comment section just firing up some trivia a little bit about some Cuphead related stuff, the project stuff. For trivia going, get some giveaways going in that. And I had to come over and let my dog out. He's been smashing on the blinds at the door for the last like 3 minutes. I could hear him going.
Oh man.
Man, it's. I was saying in the comments, I was like, I know I got a lot of information beforehand, but to like actually hear the vision and hear you talk about it and some of the partnerships you're looking to take and just the route that you're looking to go, I was like, project in the comments, I was like, project's low key bullish, boys. I was like, so keep that in mind.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you for those kind words.
It's right. You hear it, and I mean that's the thing. I've seen it with these other shows and these other projects based on hype. Money Heist, Squid Game, like the list continues. But the fact that you guys, I've never heard any of those projects taking this route. So like that at this cap really excites me, right? Like it's a low cap project still, and if some of those things and the notoriety and the like you said, you can start actually pushing marketing more confidently because you know that the more eyes you get in front of, you're not at risk of the wrong person seeing it, being like, hey, look at what's happening here. And then all of a sudden they start the process on their end of coming to you with that notice of, hey, can you stop this?
Yeah, man. We want to avoid that at all costs. So yeah, man, we're going to continue having this push and this drive. But most importantly, anybody that's watching or listening, I'm here in front of you. I'm not hiding behind a computer screen or anything. We're gonna continue to work for this family, for this project. We're gonna continue to push all the stuff that we've said that we're gonna accomplish. So far, we've done, and we're gonna just keep being transparent. And I think that we're gonna take that a long way, man. I get asked the question a lot: why should we trust you, and why should we give you our money? And the answer I always say is you shouldn't. You should never trust me because I don't know you. You don't know me. I'm just a person from Texas. God knows where you're at. And so it'd be dumb to trust a stranger. But I will ask you to come and join us. Join our chat. Join our video chats. We do multiple a day, sometimes several. And hear what we got to say. Hear our plans. Watch our actions, and let us earn your trust. And I promise you, I guarantee you, if you give us some time, we'll earn that trust from you. And then you'll just be part of the family, and we'll continue to push this thing further than we ever dreamed of. But we want all you guys to do good, and that's really what drives us.
I mean, we still have a lot to cover, but that would be a great closing statement almost. But we still got so much more to cover. We can't end it there. But like, I love the transparency and the openness, right? I mean, even Caesar as well. I kind of said to him when I started, like him and I are buddies, and I was like, "Bro, I'll come on board to help you with the business," but I was like, I just don't want to because I've heard the stories and I was like, I don't want to like get involved in the front. Like I don't want to be on video or not because like of the trust factor. Cause like I come from the corporate world. Like that's my space, right? Transparency and openness, but just on the reverse side of it, you know how things can go if something happens. Right. So, and then here we are a couple months later, I run VCs for a living every day. So
There
things
you go.
change, right? Things
Yeah,
change. So I love how you guys are so forthcoming to the community. And I mean, obviously, the 8th to the 24th. I mean, or I guess 25th, technically UTC time right now. 24th for us, but still, it's pretty crazy to see what you guys have done in like 16 days in the market, right? So,
yeah. Thank you, man.
what do we got? I'm looking at the roadmap. I got the white paper up. I got the roadmap. I got everything here in front of me. I guess here's a question. What's been, I guess, obviously you guys had the release of the show on the 18th. What's been the biggest kind of struggle or challenge from getting people who bought in on the 8th to understand that this project has a life cycle or a longevity that's sustained past just the show releasing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a great question. And to be honest with you, it's kind of been a little bit of a struggle, but not too much of one. But yes, dealing with the impatience of just the average trader on BSC. They want to make it, a buck in a couple of hours or a couple of minutes, and who doesn't? You know what I mean? Everybody loves. But at the same time, finding I think that's what really helped us kind of growing organically and word of mouth. We're able to really find some strong holders that had patience with us and kind of knew where our vision was headed, and were really involved in our chat, and it's awesome. The way that they've kind of helped us push it as well. It's been a real huge community push. But yeah, man, doing that, and then as well as this marketing has been just bleeding out, just kind of keeping the positivity in the chat. You know what I mean? You want to, other than the stuff that we announced to them, I wanted to tell them that days ago, but I didn't want to do that for a special reason. Not only that, it's exciting to kind of release all the cool news at once and on a big stage, but also we don't want people that are paper hands or jeets or impatient to be there when we're at 1 million or 10 million or 100 million. We don't want those people there. And if they already have big bags, from say they were there from the beginning and they're not willing to wait, then at 1 million, that's going to hurt when they dump on you and things like that. And so it's better to kind of rid them of that early on, as I'm sure a lot of you would agree. But yeah, trying to kind of dealing with the market, the impatientness, but also at the same time, just a little things as far as communication. COVID has done so many different numbers on the way people used to meet and stuff. Sometimes some of my contacts that I know from Netflix. I know them in person. And so, it's not as easy as it used to be. It kind of is when you FaceTime. I'm a very person that likes to meet in person. So kind of coordinating things like that, coordinating schedules. A lot of people are still doing the work from home deal. Just kind of getting into everybody's schedule and bringing us together kind of on timing. So I guess that'd probably be the biggest struggles we face so far.
That's yeah, like man, the more I hear about the project and just listening to you talk about it and like the reasoning to your answers is really, really well thought out. So I mean I can kind of hear your professionalism come through just as you talk, and I really connect to that as somebody who kind of comes from a similar background, and obviously working in the oil and gas industries, a lot of money involved, so some big players, and I mean you have to be a very a certain level of professionalism, and very, very high is typically that level, right? So you
Yeah,
obviously have a background in those credentials. So,
I appreciate that.
oh man,
How are we doing, man? This is
I've been
awesome.
having a great time. Like this is,
Yeah,
I didn't know about the project in this much detail. I mean, I read the information, but like it's like I said, I say this to people all the time. Text is text, but you can't get like emotion or anything from text. You can't derive anything from a text. So,
agree,
just
man.
listening to you actually talk to the project and hear about how you're doing it. Because I mean, like, look, if you were to say approaching a partnership with Netflix in a text, people would be like, yeah, okay. Right. But like to understand the route and the steps that you're taking to try and to put it into place, that's impressive. Right. So it's just being able to separate the message from how the message is delivered sometimes is the most important thing, buddy.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Maurice. That means a lot, man.
So I mean, I wanted to just kind of make sure we touch on all the key pieces, but there's just a lot coming. I know, like you said, you like to keep things, you know, Doc's beside me beside my desk here on the couch, just going to town because I'm not giving him attention.
Yeah. Also, one aspect I'll add, to our partnership stuff. I had gotten asked this question a while back, and just wanted to throw this information out there. But somebody asked, how, whenever you're going to meet with these people on these partnerships, how do you keep them from just not taking your idea and using it? Well, thankfully, in my dealings with other companies in real life and stuff, not that crypto is not real life, but non-digital, like in other endeavors that I've had,
You
we
can
have
call it real
NDR.
world. I call it real world all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we have NDRs in place, and we also have no compete clauses in place, and we make everybody sign them whenever we're meeting with them, and that just kind of protects us. It's not that we don't trust them, and as a matter of fact, some of them I don't. So yeah, we make them sign those, and they make us sign those as well, as far as like things that we're allowed to say and we're not allowed to say, which I know sometimes is kind of frustrating at the early stages when you're trying to work a deal, because like you said, you want to keep the family informed, and sometimes you want to, but you can't tell them everything. And so that's kind of what we do to protect ourselves, protect our ideas, and really really market this thing and try to get it off the ground in a safe way.
Theo can't even come off mute. He's being too loud. I was just messaging Caesar, and I was like, dude, project's looking really, really impressive so far. I was like, thanks for setting this one up. I know it's later than normal, so I think everybody who jumped in
Awesome.
tonight and attended should be enjoying what they're having to hear. And like I said, it's a project. I know a couple of the community members mentioned they watch with their families and stuff. So
Yeah, man,
it's pretty cool to hear.
we're excited to be here, man. And tell Caesar, I don't know if he's already asleep or anything, but tell him we're very appreciative of him having us on here, and you guys too, man, taking the chance on us. That's just like I was saying to the audience earlier. That's all we need, man. That's all we're asking for is a chance. Just give us a chance, and I promise, man, you won't regret it.
just happened to my mic. Okay, we're good. We're back on. We're back on.
All right.
So yeah, I wanted to see. Let me see. I got the white paper. Did we touch on the tokenomics? I think that's the only piece
Yeah. So
we
the tokenomics
haven't
is
really gone into.
one thing we wanted to keep it on. Is it's with varies. Obviously, like sometimes we'll drop the low in certain aspects. Having like a low tax rate, and then sometimes on a pump we'll elevate it just a little bit just to protect ourselves and the rest of the holders. But basically, it's usually at 7% marketing, 7% LP. We've had a pretty strong LP since the jump, and so yeah, it's been growing strongly, and kind of doing what it needs to do. And so the tokenomics is real simple. It works. And then as far as our contract goes, there's nothing too crazy about it. We have max tax transactions of 5%. We have some other cool stuff implemented into it. We're actually in the middle of getting an audit on it right now. And so we've already paid for it. We're just trying to wait to get the information back, and we can post the link for everybody to go check it out. And then we intend on doing more of those, not just one. As we hit certain milestones, we want to at least get probably 3 more audits. We'll get some more documentation on us. I don't know how much more plants you can get than hearing me and seeing me, but you know what I mean. We'll be able to get as much as we can and give you guys as much as we can to, again, earn that trust and really have faith in the project and kind of add to that foundation that we already have to really get this thing moving.
Just trying to do. I think it's right. I don't think there's anything else I gotta cover in terms of like. I know we don't
Nope.
want to get too far in the roadmap in terms of the project. So I think at this point, if you're down with it, let's get some questions going, some community questions. Like, let's get the engagement up from the community, get some questions in here,
Yeah.
and then we can go from there. Because I think we kind of touched on all the key aspects right now. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
going to ask you any specifics about any partnerships, so that's already off the table. Because you already gave more than enough information and some great little nuggets for the channel to be able to pick up on. So yeah, let's get some questions going. I'm going to open it up here to the man who commented about watching with his family. So, Paul, the floor is yours. How's it going?
Paul, what's up, man?
What's up, Maurice? And
Hey,
how
man.
you doing?
Good, good. How's your
Um,
night been?
all right. So far, I had baseball practice with my youngins, and now I'm at my oldest softball game. So, been busy
Nice.
with
Same
sports all night.
routine. Same routine.
What's that?
Same routine. I think we caught you at a softball game the other
Yeah,
day.
yeah. Usually, it's like 3 or 4 days a week. So, but for the NFTs, how that's going to be whitelisted? Obviously, how is that? How you get whitelisted? I mean, I
So we'll have
definitely want to get an NFT for the kids. So,
most definitely. So we'll have several ways to get whitelisted. We'll have some competitions. We'll have some links. We'll have some lotteries and stuff like that get out. But we'll be putting all of that in our channel and our pin min as soon as we get ready to get those off the ground. It'll probably be by the time we get the really good ones done from the designer, probably be a couple weeks, if that. And then, but we'll be definitely keeping you informed, man. Join the chat and just engage, read the pin min, keep you guys informed. Kind of like I was saying earlier, with these daily video chats. We try to do more than one if we can. But yeah, we try to kind of just keep an update, just kind of touch base on what's happening. And then just kind of hear from you guys, what you guys are up to, how you're feeling, even on a normal basis, man. We want to hear from you guys, even on your personal levels and stuff like that, man. So
yeah.
it's really
The kids love the show. I love the show. It reminds me of like old school Looney Tunes. The real old ones. And it's just funny. We sit there and watch it, and it's not like, have no bad stuff so the kids can watch it. So I
yeah.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate you taking the time. I know you're busy. You're at the softball game, man, but thank you for being on here. We sincerely appreciate that, Paul.
Yes, sir. I appreciate your time. Thank you. And thank you, Maurice.
Thanks, Paul. Enjoy the game. Hope she wins.
Yeah,
So we
we're
got.
down 13-2 right now. So, but we're playing against the best team in the state. So,
Oh, need some luck on
it
your
is.
side tonight, then.
Yeah, it is what it is. They're playing good. All right.
Awesome,
Thank
man.
you.
Enjoy the rest of the game. Thanks for coming out, man. So we have Meta Boy here and Jesse. So Jesse, how's it going?
Jesse, what's up, man? Maybe he's having some mic problems.
Yeah, he should be all right. Jesse, you good?
What's up,
You know,
Jesse?
sometimes this Telegram is a little bit slow. So Jesse will get you in. Then we got Meta Boy, we got William, and we got Cosmo as well. So Jesse, are you there, my man? Oh, no, he's still in. He didn't get dropped. Oh, he might have gotten dropped now. All right, Jesse, I got you unmuted. Hopefully, you can get that mic. There we
I'm
go.
back on.
Yep, we're good.
Yeah,
How's it going, man?
yeah, you can do it, Maurice.
Hey, what's up,
Yeah,
Jesse? How
how
you?
you doing?
Yeah. So I was gonna ask, the P2E game that's coming up, is it gonna be exactly the same as the popular Cuphead game that we know, or it's something different?
Well, originally the plan A is to keep it the same, but to partner with MDHR and implement the P2E with their already existing game. That's our plan A. That's what we've reached out to them for, man, and we're hoping that they're open to doing that. They've already answered us back and said that they're going to take some time to review the documents and the stuff that we've given them, and then they're going to circle back with us and kind of, after they're done analyzing what we're bringing to the table, and see if they're even open to that. We're really hopeful that they are. So if that route goes through, yes, it'll be the same like the old game. If not, we're already working on 2 different versions right now of Cuphead, to where it can be similar but not enough to have any conflict with it, kind of like any legalities of it. We don't want any problems in the future of it. So we're kind of creating 2 different variations of it that'll feature all the things that I had mentioned earlier, the crazy amount of kind of giveaways and things you can unlock, as well as earning, your normal tokens and cash. But all three of those versions, whether it be the original or the 2 different versions, they will still have those same aspects as what we're shooting for. As far as how you play the game, that'll depend greatly on if we get this partnership, and then if we have to go to the plan B on the other 2 versions.
That would do good. Thanks. Very nice project.
Yeah, man, it'll be really crazy, man. I hope it goes through. It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
That was a great
Thanks
question.
Thanks so much for the question, Jesse. So we got up next here, we got Meta Boy.
Meta
How's
Boy,
it going tonight?
how you doing?
The old late night telegram mic delay.
It's all good.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Meta Boy, we
Maurice?
got you unmuted there. How's it going?
Yeah, it's good. But every time you unmuted me, I get disconnect to the VC, man. I don't know why.
Sounds like Telegram, you know?
Yeah, so I have to rejoin again. It's like just disconnected, but it's good. And it's very great to have some docs, very docs dev like you who got on the video too. And I want to ask about the this Cuphead. It's like I see something similar like Mickey Mouse, and it's get all over the world. And I think if Cuphead can do something image like a Mickey Mouse with the basic of the Netflix television show, I think it's going to be a great token. Then it will be a great and a long-lasting project, man. Uh, I think I don't have any question. I just saying that because I think this is a great project because the similarity of the Mickey Mouse icon. Have a great project, man. Thank you, Maurice.
Meta Boy, thanks for saying those kind words, man, and taking the time to be here, man. But yeah, man, we're really gonna shoot for it. One thing I didn't even mention either is we've already started our first marketing push there in the Chinese and Japanese communities as well. If you go in the link of our bio, you'll see the link so far to our Chinese community that we launched. We have mods in there. We already have getting some push going on for that, and then soon to be will be the Japanese and then other other communities to follow all around the world, man. We really want to extend our reach as far as it'll go. But we want to do it in the same way that we started this, slowly, organically, and transparently.
Yeah, that's great, man. Have a success project. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Meta Boy. Thanks for coming out. Great positive comments. So we got William here, we got Cosmo, and then PCI. So William, how's it going?
William, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up? I coming in good? Is it delayed at all, or you guys hear me?
Oh yeah, you're coming through perfectly, man.
Okay, cool. I know you guys were having the issues with the delay there, so I didn't know if I was just talking to myself for a second. I wanted to say, like, I joined the Telegram group. I see, like, you had like 1,700 members, got like 170 so online. I was curious, like, organic growth there, like, prime opportunity. I like just doing some research. Like, my kid's a big fan of the show on Netflix. Doing some research, like back in like June of 2019, there was a lot around it because Elon actually tweeted about Cuphead being in the cars, in the Tesla cars. There's been a bunch of like stuff going on right now because obviously the show's like in the top 5, I think, trending on Netflix. I was wondering if you guys have like taken the approach of hitting them up on Twitter. I would like, like that tweet that he put up, kind of trying to get that to be popular again, and like maybe going after like Netflix's Twitter account with your stuff, and trying to show them that you guys are a big deal. There's a big following, and like the community's strong type of deal.
Yeah, man, that's a tremendous question. Yeah, we've definitely taken both of those approaches. Definitely with Netflix and Elon. But yeah, you're totally right. In 2019, that thing was really buzzing for him. He's a huge Cuphead fan. And so, yeah, we would love for them to call it. I don't know if you were here on there earlier, but we've already kind of gotten the provisional license there from Netflix. And so we are just waiting on both of our ends to kind of get the paperwork going, get all that read, and get our lawyers on it, theirs. And, hopefully we can come to a pretty solid agreement, at least for the provisional part of it. Elon, on the other aspect, yeah, we're reaching out to him, man. I hate to use the word spam, but I feel like everybody's been hitting up. I mean, if we
shill is the crypto specific word.
Yeah, if we can get all of CJ's community, all of our community, man, go hit up Elon right now. Tell him he needs to come and check out this project, man. But yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, William. I think that's a huge opportunity if we can get one of them to really announce it on one of their main channels, especially Twitter, man. That would be huge. I couldn't agree with you more.
Well, I want to let you know the AMA. I went ahead and invested, and I'll be in your Telegram helping out. I love shilling. I love bringing in. I have like a little investment group of like 200 or so people that I'll be about the project, and hopefully I can help you guys grow.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you, man. Just taking the time to be here and also investing in it, man. We, like I said earlier, man, we treat each and every one of your hard-earned dollars, man. We treat it, with soft hands and respect, and you know what I mean. We're gonna do our best to just be transparent and put you guys first. So, very appreciative of you taking that leap with us.
Have a good one, man. Thanks for your time, dude.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, William. Great questions. And yeah, maybe I'll try and find that. If you have that old 2019 tweet, maybe I'll go try and find it. I mean, we don't have a huge Twitter following, but I'll try and come up with something crafty and maybe get a response out of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I was actually trying to find your guys' Twitter handle earlier, and I couldn't find it, Maurice. And then
I'll drop it. I'll drop it in the comment section for you guys if you want on the like where I'm doing the trivia. So like the VC opening post on the channel, I'll do it in the comment section. I'll drop it so you guys can go and follow if you want. It's still small. I manage it. I set it up. I think I've dropped it in the comment section maybe 3 times, but not like super pushed it. So I don't want to drop it until I have the time. It's like I'm a perfectionist, so I don't think if I don't have the time to actively management as much as you need on Twitter, which is like literally tweeting every 10 or 15 minutes to stay relevant, I feel like I don't want to put it out in the mainstream. But yeah, follow it along. I do tweet the odd AMA. I put the odd, once we hit 1,000 members, we're going to do a nice giveaway. So anybody who kind of gets it organically early, they'll be able to qualify for that nice, like the 1,000 member giveaway. So
awesome.
I
was trying to find earlier. I actually did El Patron. I did put it into your group already, the Telegram, the tweet from 2019. I told your mod to pin it, so it should be up there ready to go.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
So I'm gonna follow it into their Telegram then, and I'll use that link to get a tweet out on my end. Save me a little bit of digging. I appreciate that, William. Thank you.
Of course, man.
I'll see you around hopefully, and I'll
Yeah.
I'll drop that link in the comments too. So just I'll get that up in the next the next questions coming in.
Cool,
Yep.
man. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, William. So PCI, we'll get you up, and as well Cosmo. I know you had your hand up earlier, so didn't forget about you there, man. If you want to throw it back up, I'll still get you in for a question. But PCI, the floor is yours.
Hello, guys. How are you guys doing?
How are you doing?
You know yourself?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm really hyped for this game because I really enjoyed it when it came out. I think it was 5 years ago, I think, or 4. I really enjoy it because it's a different game. It's like a cartoon looking type game. I like those kind of the gameplay, like the difficulty, I don't know, like everything about the game. I think I beat the game on the first and the second difficulty.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Jeez,
but
that's
yeah, it was a bit challenging, or a real challenge. But yeah, I was going to ask a question similar to Willie when it comes to the Netflix series that is showing right now. I was going to ask if you're going to try reaching Netflix when it comes to supporting the game that is coming out. I don't know, just a way of Netflix helping you to grow, or just to to support you in general.
Yeah, most definitely, man. That's a great question. Yeah, that's actually the first approach that we're taking, man, is trying to get our provisional license with them. And so if we can go ahead and finalize this licenseship that we've already kind of been verbally given, I mean, that'll be tremendous. Like you said, they have such a far reach. They can help us really push this thing, and we can usually push it even further too, because we'll be able to legally even use their name and that platform. But yeah, I could not agree more, man, especially when it gets closer to us getting our game out, whether it be as a collab with the original creators or our different version. Either way, man, both avenues, we would like to utilize both, because that'll just extend our arms that much further and really take this project where it needs to go. But yeah, most definitely, that is top priority on our list.
And is there going to be any difficulty similar to the game?
Oh yeah, it'll be extremely difficult, if not more, because obviously the harder parts that we're going to try to create, we're going to try to even create some new levels, even maybe some new boss fights. But you'll be able to unlock an insane amount more on those more difficult levels. That's probably where you'll find a lot of your high percentage APRs for staking, or you'll find a really, really good grab for the NFTs, probably a really rare one. A tremendous amount of things. There'll be some big cash prizes in there too, man. But yeah, it'll be the same, if not more difficult than the original.
When it comes to the bosses and the difficulty of the game, is there going to be a tournament, or do you plan to do any kind of tournament?
Yeah, actually, I'm glad you brought that up. Muñano is actually setting up the tournaments as we speak, side of it, and he's kind of looking at it. He knows a lot more different aspects of how to set up those tournaments and how different ways you can do them. But there are several different ways that we're looking at setting those up. So tournaments will be a must in there. You can guarantee that.
One final question. Are you from South America, for any chance?
Texas, man. I'm from America.
Okay. Thank you.
Nice.
No problem. Thanks for
Great
being
questions, PCI. So we got Coin Village up here next. How's it going, Coin Village?
Coin Village, what's up?
Can't get them off mute. I don't know why. Let me try and come back. 2 seconds.
Their community has been a tremendous help to us. When we first started, they were kind of helping us set the floor, man. Really some good holders, and some of them have joined some of our quarantine. But shout out Coin Village. They were very patient.
I can't get. I don't see them in the list. They maybe got dropped because their hand wasn't coming up. So if they come up again, we'll definitely get them up. But yeah, I didn't see them in my list. I do have Hamza up here though. Hamza, how's it going?
Hamza, what's up? Hamza, how's it going?
Hey Hamza, you're there? I just run this many now, and I'm just I have that 10-second just auto delay normally before I ask.
I'm thinking I need to start doing the same thing. I'm like, what's up?
Yeah, what's up, man? Oh no, he's not even on the call anymore. Oh, where'd he go? It's just like
Hey,
I feel like
I'm
Telegram.
in here with you guys also. I just got my entire family in the room with me.
Oh,
So.
what's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
What's up, bro? Yeah, I've been here the whole time. I just got my
No,
whole
I
family.
know you were sitting in there.
Yeah, I'm here. I just wanted to pop in and say we appreciate y'all for giving us the opportunity to come on and everything. And that's my daughter in the background. That's why I've been muted this whole time. But yeah, we appreciate it, bro. And you know what I mean? Thank you.
Yeah. Muñoño's the man of the hour, man. He's grinding all the time, day and night. So very, very hard worker right there. We're actually best friends in real life, man. We've known each other for a long time.
Really? That's funny. That's like I mean, I don't know if we're best friends, but Caesar and I are really good buddies. Like it's kind of in that three, your 3-4 closest friends group.
Yeah,
so it's nice that I get to work with him in real life as well. That's awesome. I didn't know you guys were boys.
Yeah, man. We do a lot of stuff here. Actually, we grew up in towns that are very close to each other, and so as we got older, I kind of met him after I had or right when I was in college and then graduated college, and then yeah, man, just hit it off, and we've been buddies ever since. We make music together. We do all kinds of stuff together, man.
Make music together?
Yeah. Once we get more docs, then I guess the names are out there. You're gonna find some fucking crazy stuff out, man. Like some really crazy stuff. I won't give too much, but I'm gonna just say that I'm gonna just.
So does anyone in crypto call you Tex?
No, not yet, But
can I start?
Yeah, you can for sure, man. Most definitely.
All right.
But Muñoño,
oil tycoon. You got the country feel, don't you?
I mean, I two-step. I got my boots. I actually wear
yes. I'm
boots. Yeah.
I can picture it now. I visited Texas a few times. A girlfriend of mine, when I was in high school, her grandparents used to have a place. So
Yeah.
I went down twice, and then I went once with my dad for a golf trip because his buddies are like retired down in it's like a little town outside of El Paso.
Vegas?
I cannot. I went when I was 16, so it's been like 14 years.
I bet it's or Van Horn maybe.
But I haven't been to Texas since I was 19. 19 was the last time I was. So I haven't even been there when I was legal to drink.
I'm about to say, if you came to Texas, somebody will give you a beer. You don't need it. You don't need to be legal.
Oh, I know. I mean, my dad was giving me some, but that's just between the two of them.
Hell yeah. You actually are working on
that's awesome.
Well, so hopefully that'll get out soon.
Okay. Yeah, you have to keep me posted, man. Like, I'll drop you a DM after once it's done, so we can keep in touch offline as well. But I'm excited for this one. And
I want to tell you a little fun fucking fact, and I don't know if Muñoño's.
Yeah, okay. I know.
But Muñoño, whenever you find out what his real name is, you can Google that shit because he's been nominated for a few Grammys. Like, it's crazy to say, but I'm serious. He works with some of the biggest artists that you see or hear from every day. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's wild.
No fucking way. I promise you.
I can't wait, man. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a fun relationship. I'm glad we got the kick started today.
Dude, man, I'm excited.
So what do we got here for prizes still for the community?
Yeah, let's run.
What do we do in trivia here? What do we do in trivia today still? So we got Dallas, we got Kadir, and I forgot to mention Dej, but I know Dej, you won one as well. So Dej, just shoot me a DM so you're at the top of my DMs there, and I'll remember to pay you out. So that's 3. So we got another 0.7 B&B to give away. And then you mentioned as well, we're going to pick one lucky winner as well to get that premium subscription to Netflix for a month as well.
Yeah.
It's part of that partnership that you guys are kind of starting to put in place with them. So
yeah, man. Whoever gets
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Whoever gets that Netflix one, or whoever you decide to give it away, just shoot me a DM, and then I'll make sure I get it to you.
We're going to do all this live, so hopefully you got some time to tell me when to stop, because I'm going to do 3 prizes from random participant draw, and then I'm going to do some trivia, and then I'm going to do 2 that I'll send out, but the 2 that I'll send out at the end will be for 0.1 B&B, so we'll get the Netflix and everything done in here. So what do we have? Another 0.5 B&B and the Netflix to give away. So why don't we do random number 1 here? I am scrolling through my list. Let me know when to stop, and I will give you a stop here.
Stop.
So we got Phantom. Phantom, congrats.
Phantom.
0.1 B&B from the AMA with Cuphead. Congrats, Phantom. And next step here, if you want to tell me when to stop again.
Stop.
We got HDXD. Congratulations, HDXD.
Congrats.
B&B from the AMA with Cuphead. Perfect. And we got one more B&B here.
Stop.
Guam.
Hey.
Perfect Guam. We got 0.1 B&B. Perfect. Thanks, Guang. Great to see you out. Guang can't attend many because he's always like, hey, if you get more after 11 p.m. UTC, I'll try and get out. Well, we got one. So he's here. He's a man of his word. I like that.
There you go.
So next up, we will do this one will be the Netflix, the 1 month premium Netflix here, just from the team. And like they said, they got some cool things in the works. We're not going to give away too much, but if it can happen, that would be pretty incredible. First project to actually get a licensing partnership with them.
Yeah, man. We're really hopeful of it, man. Really.
All right. Give me a stop. And this is for the Netflix premium. Want to make this one as random as possible. Seems like scrolling's the easiest way.
Stop. Stop.
Haiti. There you go.
Haiti, shoot me a DM. Haiti, how do you spell that?
I'll send you his username after.
Perfect. Then
Theo, come on, bud. Going nuts because I keep thinking my girlfriend's coming home. He hears another dog in the hallway.
Oh, man.
Right, so we got some trivia here to do. So what was that? We did 3 B&B, so 6, and then the Netflix. So we got 2 trivia questions to do. Theo, can you just be respectful, please? No? Okay. Talks back to like this dog's got the most attitude. You say no to him and he'll growl at you. It's funny.
That's hilarious.
So we got, let's see. Oh, I got a good question here. Let's see. got to just pull this up. Do you know roughly? I got a question. I'll have to do some research after I drop it. So it's a good question, though. I just need to figure out the answer. I thought I'd be able to search it easier on this, but I got a question here. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to drop it in 3, 2, 1. Oh, wait. I'll round it. So there we go. 3, 2, 1. How many followers does the team currently have on their Twitter account to the nearest 10?
That's a good one.
Make sure I can pull up the Telegram link in there. Said the tweet was pinned. Oh, is it pinned? Or is it just in there? I don't know if, did you send over the, I don't know if you sent over the Twitter and the information.
It would just be CupheadCoin.
Okay. Try that.
At CupheadCoin.
I'm blind. There we go. Who got it? Back in the comments section. Hopefully we'll get some more followers in here. I figured try and drive some people maybe to your Twitter too at the same time, right?
Hell yeah.
All right, we'll get that. Oh, you guys are going specific. You guys didn't even want to round it. Think we got, actually, you know what? For some reason I missed the first, I think the first answer was, okay, never mind. I was seeing that wrong. It is officially, yep. Unless people join, but I think we're going to just round up. So it's going to be 2:30.
There you go.
It's 2:28 officially. So we'll do 2:30. I thought it was the first one, but it was 3:20. I'm just getting, the numbers are starting to blend together this time of day after looking at charts and stuff for 12 hours or 13 hours, I guess now. Perfect. So that was Vladlin, it looks like. 2:30. Nearest 10. Cuphead. If only we knew, we could drop a song clip and try and get everyone to figure out from Muñoño's work.
Don't know exactly who it is. Yeah, he's a producer, man. He's produced for a lot.
Crazy. All right, so next question. We will do something here. So this one can be for all of our OG or white paper followers.
There we go.
So hopefully these are for people who are here right at the beginning when we kick this off, or hopefully been doing your white paper checks.
There we go.
What is the starting cap of the project?
Ooh, got him.
So we've only really touched about this twice. It was both right in the first 6-7 minutes of the AMA.
Yeah. Let's see who gets this one.
I think the first 6 people got it almost. 890, 890, 890, boom, 890.
Damn.
1 billion. Off a little bit. 890, 890. All right, they're good. They're paying attention. Bull Rider, you got this one. Bull Rider. I think you've been wanting to win I don't know if you've ever won a trivia from me, Bull Rider, so. Bull Rider, there you go. Curio 3, there you go, my man. You won the 0.1 B and B. So we got that. You know what? Let's do another trivia question. Let's get something else in here. Okay, there we go. Let's get some. I think that'll be a good one there. Should probably test them a little bit.
Man, people got those answers quick.
Yeah, they take notes. They're good.
Yeah.
Okay, on 3, 2, 1, and there's 2 acceptable answers for this. Which industries did Patron build up successful businesses in?
Ooh, that's a good one. Damn, they got it. They got one. Yeah, some people were getting it.
Des is just helping the community out.
Yeah.
Because he already won one, so he's just firing answers off for somebody else to be like, here's the answer. Whoever can copy and paste this first wins.
That's awesome. Somebody put McDonald's.
Franchise owner.
There
You
you
know
go.
what's funny? My dad's real old, and he likes to tell me the story if he had the chance to buy a McDonald's franchise, like coming to Canada when it was like nothing, like before McDonald's was McDonald's.
Man.
And it would have been with a friend, but essentially his contribution was about $4,000 or $4,500, like back in the day.
Yeah.
Which is like,
damn.
I mean, salary for some jobs, so like not cheap.
Right.
Not a lot of money if you think about it. And instead of doing that, he ended up buying a new car instead of contributing to a percentage of a buy for a McDonald's franchise where he lived at the time. And then, yeah, obviously he's an idiot. So I like to give him crap about that one. When he gives me life advice or job advice, I'm like, Dad, you picked a car over McDonald's investment. Like, come on, really? You're going to give me shit?
That's crazy, man. That's insane.
He's real.
After that one,
All right, Bogart won the oil and gas by default because Des, you can't win twice. So, like I said, he's just feeding everyone else some money. So I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other answer I would have accepted on that one would have been construction because that was the other industry that Patron also mentioned. But yeah, like that kind of wraps up the trivia. We've done the random giveaways, and I'll do the participation. Random draws. I'm a little bit behind on those just with Buck being away, so I'll get everything done on the participation and the payouts from the earlier AMAs tonight and tomorrow. So tomorrow is finally going to be a bit of a quieter day. I normally ask for Caesar to kind of give me Friday as a reset, but I really wanted to get this one in tonight before the markets closed. The market's been kind of looking pretty good in the second half of today. I don't know if you've seen it the same, but since kind of the morning when I woke up, everyone was a little bit more panicked. And I think at least in the afternoon going into the evening, I have seen a little bit of a pump back in the market. So it's been nice to see. And I figured it was a really good time to get this one in. And honestly, learning about this from you firsthand and like getting to see the material and the actual information jump off the page, it's been really impressive, man. So keep going over there. Really, really impressed by what you're building and the community focus you have. But I know everybody in the channel knows I'm more of like a real world, real life guy. And I just think that professionalism and what you've built up prior to even transitioning or building up a crypto project is very impressive. And then obviously translating those skills into this industry. It is an adjustment, man, because I'll tell you this, like not everybody comes to the table with that level of transparency and professionalism. So it's sometimes hard to find people and individuals that you mesh with. So I really can respect that. And I mean, based on what you've highlighted, there's some big pieces to fall into play here. But if a couple of those things hit, and like even without that, just the the tweetability from Elon, the show being out, if you guys can engage with the show's Twitter once that partnership's engaged and actually start to build off and play off of each other. Like, there's just so many ways that this can go from an organic perspective without even requiring to spend a huge amount of money. And obviously with the tokenomics set up as they are, any organic pumps that you guys see on the chart puts money back into that wallet and that marketing that's going to further grow the project. So yeah, like there's just a lot of factors that I'll be anxiously watching as well. I think I'll have to throw some money into this one and just kind of see where it goes, because it's a low cap play. I don't normally go into low caps, but I just think some of those partnerships and just components you touched on that could allow this to really grow quickly from an organic perspective, those are almost like too cool not to just take a chance and see how it goes, right? And you've impressed me with your professionalism, getting on in front of the video. So yeah, I think I'm going to jump in on this one myself. And
thank you, man.
I said in the comment section, I was like, I'll have to watch some Cuphead tonight and actually see what that's about. Wait till the girlfriend comes home and watch some when she gets home.
Yeah, man, we appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for taking the time to host us and moderate everything, and all you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate Caesar and his community, Maurice, all of you guys, each of the people that asked questions. Great questions. I'm glad that you asked them. Even if you didn't, you were just listening. Thank you for taking the time to listen to us and get to know a little bit more about our project. As I mentioned a little earlier, man, you don't have to trust us. I wouldn't if I were you trusting a stranger. But like I said, give us a chance, man. That's all we need. Just hop into chat, see what we're about, look at all the things that we have going and the actions that we've said we were going to take, and we've taken them. And we continue to hold that kind of level that we want to keep pushing and striving for at a very, very high standard. And we're always going to put you first, man. So thank you guys again. And we just appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Well, that's what I mean. It's pretty cool. Like, I normally don't get into the low cap stuff much, but I was saying to Caesar earlier, I was like, dude, I say I don't get into low cap stuff, and I see people smashing like one BNB and it turns into like 30 grand. And I'm like, maybe I need to just take the odd chance, and just like, but I still look for certain things in a low cap play, and you've checked those boxes. So I'm going to jump in and just see where this one goes with you, man. And I'll join the Telegram as well. And like I said, I can't send you a DM right now just because you got your screen up, so it's hard to send. But I know Muñano can connect us as well offline, and we can chat. It'd be really exciting to see.
Yeah,
I got to learn more about that music background too on your end. See some of those.
We'll stay in contact. Also, shoot.
Yeah, for sure.
That one guy that won the Netflix, so I can get it to him.
Yeah, I will. Haiti. I sent him a DM as well. So thank you so much for coming on, man. It was an awesome job. I really enjoyed it myself. It
was a lot of fun.
Been one of the most impressive low cap projects I've ever seen coming to the channel. So really, really good job. I can't I call you a low cap project just because of what the cap is, but like, man, your professionalism is far from that. So that's what's got me excited.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, man. Can't wait to hear from you guys soon.
Awesome. You have yourself a great night. Go enjoy yourself, Muñano. Enjoy the night with the family over there, brother. And thanks so much for getting me all that information to prep for.
Thank you, brother. Have a good night.
Take care, guys. Have a good one.